idea that sexuality, which includes all of these behaviors and more, can simply be passed off as something that you can enjoy when you can, but that you don't need it, is obviously false. And it's not good for healthy living. So then when we talk about sacred sexuality, we're talking about being aware of the spiritual dynamic, the spiritual reality of engagement. And this dynamic is life-giving. So that when people have good, healthy sexual relationships, that spills over into other aspects of their lives. They are more energetic. They are physically healthier. They are more interested in remaining physically healthy, staying physically healthy. They tend to have more vitality in general because sexuality is vital energy. They tend to be more balanced with their emotions because quietly as it's kept, the purpose of sexuality in terms of biological and energetic relationships that people have between each other, the purpose of it is actually to bring about balance, to bring about harmony. The reason why sexuality feels the way it does, why it is pleasurable, is because there has been harmony established between people. And harmony and pleasure are the same thing ultimately, you see. So when people are riddled with trauma, riddled with feelings that are negative about sexuality, shame, guilt, embarrassment, or a high state of need because they don't have a partner and therefore they are further and further out of balance. Other problems come along with that, especially in this social arena, especially. So this idea of sexuality must be broadened, and we must see it in terms of health and wealth rather than in terms of what do you do, rather than in terms of whether we are correct in our sexual behavior, but rather what is the function of it. Again, as a psychotherapist, even in situations where people do engage in physical sexual behavior, one of the things that I see a lot is that people have reduced their sexual activity to strictly performance, and then even at the performance level they got problems because they're not performing like they think they should, and a lot of times this is from watching porn or something, and they think they're supposed to be like somebody they saw in a movie. And so when they engage in sexual behavior with another person, they're not actually present. They're not actually engaged with the person. They're actually observing themselves performing and not performing in the way they think they're supposed to perform, etc. And so the whole aspect of movement, this dance, this natural flow of energy is not even happening. And this is all a part of the deadening of people, the deadening of humanity, because we are no longer seeing our lives as a movement or a flow of this sacred energy which is life itself, but rather we're seeing ourselves as almost like characters on a stage performing, and in our minds not performing very well at that. Sexuality is essential in human functioning. It is essential in nature. It is the natural order of life, and it is guiding our lives, whether we are aware of it or not, whether we're running to it or running from it. It is the most essential aspect of vital energy and health. And what we're trying to do is help people understand the importance of, again, evaluating, what do I think about sexuality? How do I approach sexuality? Do I understand that it's more than simply pleasure, that it's more than performance, it's more than my activity, that it is meaning, dealing with a need that I have as a human being, a need of expression and a need of engagement, or we would say, attachment to another human being in life.